So whenever I was 17 years old, this is going to sound incredibly cliche, but when I was 17, I literally laid on my floor and stared at the ceiling, thinking, what am I doing with my life right now? Because I just watched this video from Valspire Family, right? He's this guy who makes videos about him like going on cross-country trips with strangers, going to spray painting abandoned places and sneaking into places and then like running from the cops. And I was like, man, this guy is living the life. This guy is going out there and actually doing shit that's really cool. And I am sat in my bedroom daily. I go to school and then I come back and the only things that I do really are just play video games and work on schoolwork, and that's it. And I was really unhappy with how I was living my life because I was 17 years old and I'd never done anything that I was really proud of. I felt like I wasn't living fully. Like I was living a shell of a life as compared to what this dude who was scaling buildings and climbing up water towers was doing. Now, living in the content age that we are in right now is great for some things because you can learn absolutely anything that you want right now, and that's sick. But it's also absolutely ass for other things, because right now what I've been doing and what you are doing is replacing actual social relationships with parasocial ones online. This is why creators like Sam Sulek and Valspire have gotten so big, is because now instead of spending time with people that you care about and eating meals with people you love, you're eating meals with someone online. And while they might be doing cool shit or talking about things that you're interested in, you're starting to connect with them and replace and no longer need these social relationships. You think you no longer need these social relationships, the real ones in your life, because you're tricking your brain that you are being social when you're really not. But then you turn off the screen, you're done eating, and you realize you are still alone. And this leads you to this empty feeling of life. This is going to lead you down the line to realize that you haven't been doing shit with friends. You haven't been hanging out and doing all of this fun, cool shit that makes your life exciting. But it's not your fault that you are hooked to social media and watching YouTube video after YouTube video, because these companies that are creating these platforms are literally micro tweaking things to capture your attention, to make sure that you do not leave, to make sure that whatever you're doing is less important. Right now, you have to watch YouTube. You have to use TikTok. It isn't your fault that you are stuck in this negative cycle, but it is your responsibility to get out. Because if your life right now isn't as exciting and fulfilling as you want it to be, you are going to be the guy who looks back years from now and realizes he's wasted his youth. I don't want that for myself, and I don't want that for you either. So I'm going to tell you the exact 3 things that I used so that I am no longer wasting my life and so that you can wake up freaking buzzing every morning. My name is Grenoble, and you have found yourself among a gang of young men who are no longer settling for the monotony and depression of living a life that average social skills affords us. And if that sounds like something that you want to be a part of, hit subscribe right now. So the 3 parts of life that you need to be living it to the fullest is presence, friendship, and spontaneity. And now that you know these 3 things, that's a step in the right direction, just knowing that and keeping it in mind. But unless you know exactly how to implement them, this is going to be just another video that makes you feel good, that makes you feel productive, and then you're going to keep binge watching and watching the next thing and the next thing. And I want this video to be one that actually changes your life. So how do you implement these things? First off, and the most important one for you right now, is presence. Because when was the last time that you sat outside and realized what the breeze felt like against your arm? How it feels to sit in a chair? What it feels like on the bottom of your feet whenever you're walking on the patio? Because realizing these things brings you into the moment. It brings you into the present, and this is essential to living every moment. Because thinking about presence and becoming a more present person is the thing that is going to make you actually live your life. You're no longer going to spend days at a time where you're like, where did that day go? What did I even do? Because you were going to know, because you were going to be enjoying the moment that you were in. Right now, you can't enjoy the moments that you're in because anxiety is literally killing your brain. And it is filling your head with bullshit thoughts right now. First of all, time spent in other people's heads is time wasted. Meaning if you are worried about what other people are thinking about you or thinking about any other part of the world, you are wasting your time, because the biggest thing that you can do is just focus on what is in front of you right now. This is also true of overthinking anything that's going to happen in the future. Deal with things as they come up. And it's really easy for me to say, just don't do it, bro. Just don't be anxious. But presence is the way to actually combat your anxiety, because you can't fully connect with a person if your mind isn't clear. So this is your action step right now. Download Medito. I'm not sponsored or anything. This is what I use. And this is what I use to actually learn how to meditate, because every time I used to sit down to meditate, I didn't really know how. I didn't know if I was doing it right. I didn't feel any different, really. But using Medito has made me learn how to meditate. He literally teaches you how to do it in the course that they have on the app. So what I want you to do is go through all of the courses on the 10-minute option. This will probably take you like a month and a half. And this isn't a thing where you just go through a course and you're good. You've learned the skill, you're done. This is something that you do every day for the rest of your life now. Every day for the rest of your life, meditate 10 minutes, because it is going to make you a much more present, peaceful, loving, caring person. And if you think, oh, 10 minutes, that's way too much for me to ever do, think of how much more you are going to live your life just by being present for these 10 minutes in a day that you've given to it. You're literally going to learn how to look at the world like a kid again. You're going to go pick out your favorite tree. You're going to go feel how the grass feels today. On top of that, it's going to help you remember these memories that you are making more. It's going to help you actually experience them. You're going to be more attractive to the people around you, because when you are present in conversation, people just want to spend time with you, because that's something that not a lot of people have. So whenever you are in conversations, use presence by literally thinking, I am going to pay attention and really listen to every single word that you say. Just have that thought in your mind right before you are having a conversation with someone. The next thing is friendships. So close your eyes for a moment. Do it, bro, do it. So close your eyes and think of one of the best memories you've ever had in your life. One of the best things you've ever done that's happened to you. What were you doing? Where were you? What sounds did you hear? Who were you with? And what did it feel like? All right, now you can open your eyes. Now tell me, were there friends and family there in one of the best moments of your life? Exactly. Friendships not only give you some of the best experiences of your life, but they are essential to your happiness. The happiest people have lots of friends and are social all the time, because human beings have a need, not a want, a need to both give and receive love. So if you're anything like me, you have a tendency to lock yourself away and focus in on whatever you're doing, and while that might be productive sometimes, you are missing out on a huge portion of your life that you are going to regret. So you must actually make being social and hanging with friends a priority in your life, just as much as you do work. The biggest social advice that I can give you that is going to make you the most friends, that is going to allow you to form these social groups around you that are of your fucking dreams, bro, is just be the initiator 95% of the time. Go in with a mindset that you are going to be the person who's the social leader. You are going to be the person who reaches out, even if it's almost every single time, because you are going to decide the things that you want to do, and you are going to invite other people into your life to do them with you. This is naturally going to make people respect you. It's going to make people look up to you as a social leader, right? And on top of that, if you start doing this with the mindset that I am okay reaching out 95% of the time, it's going to be more like 60. Because you're going to start making great relationships, and these people are going to want to reach out too. The biggest thing is that you can no longer be afraid to reach out, because you are bothering people. When you do this, you are not bothering people. How many times have you had an invitation from someone to go do something and you're like, ugh, I really wish they hadn't texted me? You aren't a bother, bro. You are giving them opportunities. You must do the uncomfortable things, meaning I need you to reach out, especially whenever you don't feel like it. And it feels hard at first, and it's gonna feel like, man, I really don't wanna do this right now. This is the last thing I wanna do. I'm gonna fuck up social conversation. It's gonna be like a really bad experience. As soon as you get past the first hello, you naturally know what to do. You've been speaking to people all of your life. You will figure it out. The key is to have the intention to genuinely connect with this person that you were about to spend time with. Because this is how you consistently get into the social flow and feel fulfilled around people, is because you are both connecting with one another. So this is your action step. Reach out to one person today. Lastly is spontaneity. Do you know what my biggest regret of college is? I regret that I worked and worried too much. While it's great, I had 3.9 GPA and had these extracurriculars going on, like, man, I wish I had just done more spontaneous in the moment shit. I wish I would have gone out and met more people and grown closer to the friends that I had in college. And this is similar to the regret of the dying, right? People who are on their deathbed, their number one regret is that they spent too much time working and did not spend enough time with their friends and family. So you have to actively work against this. If you are watching this kind of video, you are an analytical thinker. You're literally trying to think, how is the best way that I could live my life? And while this is a good thing, it can also be an absolutely shit thing, because it means that you are the kind of person who's going to get stuck in your mind I am too. Your problem is that you are thinking too much. The biggest thing that you can do right now for spontaneity is to do exactly what you feel like in the moment. Go get new experiences. There doesn't have to be a reason for it. The bigger, the crazier the idea, the more that it makes you smile just thinking about it, the better. And because I know you're not going to do it otherwise, schedule it in. Literally schedule in your spontaneity. You don't have to actually put it on the calendar. But what I want you to do right now is get your phone. Go to reminders and set a reminder that literally just says spontaneous. And set it for every Monday at 8 a.m. to pop up. And whenever you do your spontaneous thing for the week, check that reminder off. And until you do it, keep it on your phone. Because this is going to make sure that at least once a week, you do something you want to do with friends for literally no reason at all other than you feel like doing it. I still want you to work towards your goals and achieve the things in life that are going to give you purpose, but you have to put spontaneous shit in your life too, because it makes life worth living. And it makes you more productive in the long run because you have to use less discipline when you are fulfilled. You have to use less brain power, and you are going to feel like things come more naturally to you whenever you are refreshed like this, whenever you have these spontaneous things going on and your mental health is good. Being productive and getting shit done just comes naturally after that. So do crazy fun shit, invite your friends into your life, and be present while you're doing all of it. This is how you collect memories and experiences that you are never going to forget. This is how you feel fulfilled, connected, and excited just to be every day. You get to the point, bro, where you are excited and you feel great just to be. This is what I want for you. If you've watched this far, we obviously have a lot in common. Like this video and leave a comment so that more like it show up in your recommended. On top of that, I get to know you a little bit better. Do not waste another moment. Act now and become unstoppable.